Motion by Tracy, seconded by Gary. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
It's a copy of this, it's one of these things.
Okay.
So.
Did you take that blue folder? Is that
Oh, yeah, you're.
the claims? Okay, so you got it.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. You have the Watkins one? We could do
Just
that.
did that one
We did that last week.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
Nancy
this
did.
was the, I thought we did.
Yeah, we did.
So this is on there
Well,
by accident?
Same one.
Nancy copied and pasted from one year to another,
Oh,
so I
okay.
think
Yeah,
that quarterly
they only have one
investment should
deal.
not.
Well, that's what I thought there
Yeah.
was.
So that's my fault for not checking.
It's all right.
Same with the treasurer's
I didn't know
quarterly.
if there was something that came up that they,
No, Melinda
had to
didn't give me
change.
the quarterly either, so I'll ask her.
okay.
Some of that stuff we'll get it.
Have you gentlemen had a chance to complete the claims?
No,
Okay.
let me go back.
And how about, you have a chance to look the quarterly reports over for recorder?
Yeah, that's the only one I seen. I'll make a motion for the recorder.
Second.
All right, motion by Tracy, seconded by Gary. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, you have to sign the back,
Yep, the back,
initial the back.
trifold.
And Melinda's gonna bring one
I don't know if she has it.
in. Okay. Might have to. Item 6, we may have to.
Both of them?
The one's the
What-
sheriff's.
The one in
No,
your,
don't you-
Oh,
this one here, that's the recorder's.
yeah,
the others
That's
from,
gotta wait till
yeah.
we haven't okayed her yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you wanna start doing any claims right now?
we can.
Yes, Gina entered from home and then we approved from yesterday. Working pretty good, I guess.
Thank you.
Where was I at? I wanted to ask Adam, of course, he's not here. Maybe you could tell me, page 6. That's Peterson Contractors Incorporated,
Yep, that one's one of those two, that WHKS.
okay?
They're our main contractor and then they submit subcontract bills within. So that Peterson was one of those. And I had to give a state exemption to.
Okay. All right, and then my next question is number 3.
Page 3.
Yep, page 3. The very first one, Conservation Farmers Mutual. Is that for the internet down at Barstown? Because I know they told me they do not have internet out here to Rogers. That blew my mind. They use Wi-Fi out there.
Right, they use their USI or hotspot.
Yep.
I think they do in the Larson one.
What do they need internet for out there? There ain't nobody there.
Or,
Well, they've got an office there. It's a small office in the maintenance shed.
let me pull it up here just.
Then I would, of course, I don't know if that then allows for the campers to utilize.
Let me
See, I don't,
see if I can
I
pull up
don't
that
know that
invoice.
either. I just seen that today and then, because like when I had that meeting a couple weeks ago out here,
Mm-hmm.
that, they do not have, landline internet out here. And I said, you should get it. That's cheaper than using your Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
And then I guess, and then the other thing was right below that, what you talked about earlier, is about the concession stands there at, Cannon Lake, was them two bills.
The shelter maintenance?
Yeah, previous,
Well,
from
I'm
last
gonna
fall,
guess it's probably from last fall.
and I know you already paid Josh 30,000 in, when did, John Road pass away? December. You paid Josh 30,000 in December.
You can ask.
She coming in today?
I don't believe so.
Probably calling.
Probably later for the other part, but
You can ask her at that point.
and I can go here. I'm pulling up that claim.
No. The Farmers Mutual down there now, it used to be, what's Blairstown's carrier?
Shellsburg.
That's what I thought.
But sometimes they're mixed with farmers, or there's communications. Farmers Mutual.
Shelburne just bought you guys out here 2 years ago or a year and a half
Yeah,
ago.
it's all Shellsburg.
That's USA, no, isn't it USA Communications?
Yeah.
We started our new phones hookup Friday here.
This Friday coming?
No, they were here
This
last
past
Friday.
Friday.
I was wondering about when they were coming because, EMA's bill, again, $1,000 for the phone.
Oh yeah, did you guys have that meeting last night?
No.
No, maybe it was something different. I thought Ron was having something last night.
I don't understand this Poweshiek water bill. 1,500, 1,500.
That's on page 2.
Yeah,
Mhm. That's not Poweshiek. That's East Central Iowa REC.
That's probably for all their electric.
Poweshiek was 4150.
Poweshiek water on the bottom of page 2 is 1,559.34.
No,
No.
4150.
That's,
Oh, you're talking about the fourth one up, East Central Iowa.
that's East
that's
Central Iowa.
REC. Yeah, that's REC.
That's utilities.
Mhm.
Oh, hold it. I got the third one up, Poweshiek Water Association.
Right,
4150.
and the fourth one up.
1558.
Yeah,
Fourth one up. Fourth one up, go to your left side and go up four. Fourth one up,
There's two 4150s. For with the two different
Yeah.
invoices. So.
East Central.
Mm.
Fourth one up, 15.
Yeah.
It's REC.
Other ones, Gary?
That other one is internet.
It's not in there?
It is. For the work.
Well, on page 3, this is just the third one up before the general supplements.
Funeral home, that's it.
It's the funeral home, funeral assistance,
So that's
VA.
the VA they applied for.
2775.
Mm-hmm. It's probably a combination usually.
I thought they had kind of a limit on those.
Well, the VA is different than everybody. She's got different stipulations.
And then Bell Plain.
I thought there was
Mm-mm.
limits,
The
but
release, they
that's
have to
just
come in
through the
with
relief.
certain
Okay,
income
all right.
through Sarah, and then that one's through Tony.
Okay.
What's the one right?
Mhm.
I have a problem with that one.
No, that's who it went to.
He was
I know.
the,
I
but,
have a problem with that.
but you don't know who the renter was.
That's the landlord.
That's who we paid the rent to. So I don't know who the person that got the assistance was.
Yeah, that's the landlord. That's who received the
They pay
check,
the check directly to the person that gets the rent money, not to the.
not to the
person
tenant. Okay,
We'll talk about it when we're off here, because I know.
no, we
Dale.
can't talk about it when we're off there. So,
You can ask Tony,
Hmm?
you can ask Tony, I guess.
Yep.
What they have to fill out to
Yep.
get that. I think it's a once a year type of thing.
and I'm on page 4. And this is under county services, 0010. Benton County Mental Health Indirect Admin Costs.
Yep, that's back and forth that we do with the region and mental health, the rural access center. We go back and forth,
Okay.
we bill us and we turn around pay them out of the fund balance.
See if there's anything else I had. I don't believe so. Those were my questions. Okay. Anything else, gentlemen? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the claims. And then you can ask some other questions, you know, as needed from the department heads.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
You're looking at, okay. Have
Second.
a second, okay. Motion made by Tracy, seconded by Gary. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So Melinda, she coming up here or? We're gonna
That's what she got there.
just jump on.
Well, it's, yeah, you guys can make your motions if you approve that and her deputy appointments by resolution.
Okay.
And then she's gonna go over to the magistrate and get sworn in.
That may be where she's at. I don't know.
She's probably just out here waiting.
Still waiting, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
We'll
can
be
get
trapped
all.
up.
I think that's bad there.
What's that?
You think
Cords.
the wires are bad over at Tracy's.
What?
They're out there.
No judge
No
yet?
judge.
Okay.
Is the judge coming?
She told me she was in here Tuesday morning.
Well, we can probably,
You can do your motion.
okay. On item 2, we can get a motion to appoint Melinda Schopner as Benton County Treasurer and the Treasurer Deputy appointments.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
So which one do you
By
gotta do two
resolution,
different
right?
motions.
Oh, you want two
Two
different ones?
separate ones, they're two
Okay.
different
All right,
resolutions.
this is for Melinda. That's the one you did.
Beer shank aye.
Seaman aye.
And Primer aye. Now the deputies. And those deputies are going to be Rose Sackett and Joy McGowan.
So moved.
Second.
Tracy made the motion, Gary seconded, and this is by resolution as well.
Beer shank aye.
Seaman aye.
And Primer aye. Very good. Thank you. And when the judge gets here, if you'd like, we can take a short recess to go watch the being sworn in.
There's certificates ready. I emailed that judge.
We don't have the treasurer or the sheriff's court report yet, do we?
I have the
Sheriff's.
sheriff's report
Okay.
here, and I just finished looking it over. Oh, thank
I
you.
was gonna ask them, but she doesn't have the quarterly. Lights are on.
Lights on.
Yeah.
Lights on, but nobody's home.
Yep.
I think it's gonna affect our elections.
The virus, the COVID-19 coronavirus. Well, our primary is in June, it's June 2nd. And so I'm hoping that this thing is quite a ways in our rearview mirror by then. So, and Tracy, you might give it to Gary to look over the FEMA. Well, you're doing the sheriff's quarterly. gave this to me last week. I
Oh, with my name.
tried to follow it, and I'm a little,
That's the one, the current ones.
okay,
It's the demo. It's the current, so,
this is the current.
yeah, and that's just the over ones he was showing us about. Same with the total.
I've seen the, right there, this is the one that was recommended, I take it.
Mm-hmm.
And 24 counties are on that.
Well, and that's the one we have too,
Oh,
so,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
But the difference in that other one was the provider, I think it was chiropractic care that it didn't cover. So if we leave it as the same, I thought that was a consensus, but
Okay.
at this
I was
time.
just trying to follow
Yeah,
through there.
yep.
But chiropractic is not,
Well, if we switched it to that little bit cheaper one. that
it
was-
would be.
Yeah, the chiropractic care wouldn't be, that was what it would affect the most.
It would not be if we switched to the one that went to this one.
No, because our current one covers chiropractic.
Okay.
If we went to the other one that they would have.
This is the current one here.
But yeah, so if this one, there's really no change in benefits other than
The chiropractic.
chiropractic.
Okay.
Then it was a little different.
Sure.
Just, even though it starts July 1st, that way we can start getting the enrollment going and
Mhm.
yes, we can get those paperwork out. Oh, and did you ever talk to Judy, what do we want to do on that bill? Agree on an amount, the Westfield bill versus that appraisal?
I did not talk to her, but I think,
I mean, we definitely need to increase.
oh boy, yeah. And that was a scotch over 2 million.
Yeah, I just need to tell her so we can get that in place.
I personally think we should go for it and we can open it up for discussion for old business.
Okay.
But do you have that exact amount on your computer? I see an email from her, and I couldn't tell her, not without
Oh, I know, yeah.
consensus.
Yeah, we really didn't, other than I brought it up, but
Mhm.
here's the assessment notice on it too. I think we're gonna be paying $35,000 in tax. Is what Larry left out.
Why do we pay,
Compared to this one.
why do we pay for this county?
Because we were renting, we went out to.
Yeah, I would think the adjustment.
That's what he's, after the exemption, that's what we're being taxed.
We don't even get that for
I know, so I don't know.
That's crazy.
That one we just got, so you might wanna stop at his window or talk to him.
You think?
I'll leave you that one, the other one's
Alright.
a zero.
Thank you. Because isn't that the only one? May I make a note on the back here?
Oh, yeah, yep, this is for us.
Who else is over there that rents?
Well, the adjustment, that's stays, so that shouldn't matter.
Mhm.
I mean, that comes in back, it just helps us for our students. I think that's online,
Yeah, this is stupid.
because Kate, we just get some of the utilities and that back and forth.
Because that's all we get for rent per year.
So whatever that commercial property times the levy would be on that 35,000.
I guess I don't know what that levy rent would
We'd
be.
have to go off the current one.
Right. You know what that is off the top of your head? Thank you. Maybe to your point. gentlemen have a chance to look things over there?
He's looking at the sheriff now.
Okay.
He just started.
Did he give you the FEMA?
Yeah, am I supposed to look it over?
Yes.
Basically, we acknowledge that we get that every year.
Yep.
It's on the flood insurance.
It's an acknowledgement. We have to sign for it.
We have,
We haven't changed any amounts or anything, it's just an annual renewal. They send us.
what about,
What?
what about these buildings around here? Has that changed on there? Or did
That's the garage over the sheriff's transportation garage and then the sheriff's up in the jail.
so that'll go
So
down?
there's the two.
Well, it does not include the Sherman building.
We don't own that anymore.
Yeah, that was taken off.
Right, but
We used to have the three.
whenever we get that new building built and get transportation out of here, it should go
It's
down.
still gonna be there.
If we own the building still,
Building's still gonna be there.
because I don't know, we haven't really discussed what we're gonna do with the old building.
Well, there was some talk about the sheriff's office possibly utilizing it for vehicles and or evidence storage. You know.
Would be convenient for them.
Your other option is to sell it. So, but I think that's something we need to look at as we get a little closer to their moving.
When's that gonna take place? I'm moving out of there.
Well, I'm not sure
Year
if
from now.
construction's going to bless you.
Done. Once it's done.
Kind of depends when construction's
Here?
gonna start. et cetera.
We're waiting for,
I just here if you don't care.
No,
Go ahead.
shall we,
I'm gonna leave the camera set up, because
Yeah.
I just want to give her her certificates.
did you wish to go over and watch?
yes.
Okay. We're gonna take a short recess.
I'm just gonna leave it on. Be careful.
Oh, am I careful?
There's something here. This needs to be this way.
Well, I got two doors.
Ooh, I mean, I have to go around now. I'm not sure I can squeeze through there. Oh, yes, yeah. Thank you, Gary. Yeah. Oh, that was nice.
Well, that didn't work out too bad for you, Rick.
No.
Can move around pretty good on that scooter. Somebody doing the grocery shopping and stuff for you guys?
Pam?
Does she go in?
Yeah.
Or she?
But we don't go very often. We've always been the kind that had provisions on hand.
Oh yeah, I suck at the Costco.
Yeah. Oh, I've never been to Costco.
They're college kids, they rob you all the time.
Yeah. Okay, can we do item 8 now that we're back in session?
So moved.
All right, to approve the sheriff's quarterly report by Gary, seconded by Tracy, and hand it back to do some initials.
Oh,
All those in
sorry.
favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Gentlemen, ready to talk about insurance? The health insurance renewal?
I guess so.
That was the day they did that all on the projector online.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. Don't have my telephone working like that.
Well, and she said if they come back, if we keep putting it off, then we gotta have
Yeah.
the enrollment ready.
Okay.
So I think for the most part, everybody was happy with
With the
the
current,
current coverage.
Yep.
Didn't hear any complaints that way.
you gentlemen have any questions regarding any of that?
The one thing is, we could keep the life insurance with Kingston. That's the only thing that was separate. So if we wanna keep it as is, or do we wanna have them all fill out that stuff? I don't have a problem leaving it as is.
Okay.
That's the only thing that they will
Would be the
provide.
most convenient, wouldn't it?
Well, everything's already done,
Yeah.
paperwork-wise.
Correct. Well,
There isn't gonna be a big difference in premium cost. What's the difference?
exactly. So,
So you could just say
You
keep
want-
it as the
you want
same as
this-
last year, motion or whatever.
you needed Kingston left in there as.
Yeah, probably for the life insurance, we'll
Okay.
say that in the
Alright.
motion.
So if you're okay with it and wish to leave it as the same as it was previously, I would need a motion to that effect.
That health insurance?
The health insurance and to leave the life insurance with Kingston.
And then we'll be now with group benefit partners for the rest.
Group Benefit Partners is the name of it.
So moved.
Okay, so that's with Group Benefit Partners on everything, and leave the plan the same as last year, and have the life insurance left with Kingston Life. Correct?
Yep.
That's what I thought you said. You good with that, Tracy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All right, very good. Motion by Gary, seconded by Tracy. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, we've got the FEMA. This is to acknowledge receipt of the FEMA flood insurance. Okay, and that's right there in front of you, Tracy.
Yep.
So do we have a motion to acknowledge the receipt of that flood insurance?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Tracy and seconded by Gary. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, now you need this
Did you sign both of those?
both.
Right here. signature of the insured.
Okay, I'm gonna use this one.
They're both, they're two different policies. Even though they look like they're about the same, they're a little different.
There.
Because we have two different buildings.
All right.
Nancy had them, she'll attach it to the other stuff.
Wow, they look identical.
But we have two packets.
Okay.
Send back, so.
All right. So you need signatures on, you need the bottom filled out.
That's if we had more than one, but we'll just have the chair sign last name.
Okay, so,
You're the insured.
so Benton County.
And then put Rick Primer chairman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We have a few minutes too. We can talk about the budget amendment stuff.
Right,
Um,
sorry.
Oh, you're fine. So I heard back from Myra and Karen. Myra gave me his amount. Share with you what Myron's. So Myron is going to increase contract carriers from 270,000 to 420. So that's that one line item. And then the aggregate sand line item, he's increasing by 750. It's to continue the hauling and place rock on the granular roads. I have to, even though the amendment hearing isn't until April 24th, they put,
And
which is a
what's
Friday, but, because for me to make it in the paper deadlines.
increasing the contractors from 270,000 to 400,000.
420, so it's 150
420.
there, and then he's increasing by 750,000 for the cover aggregate and sand, so he can continue to haul and place rock on the gravel roads.
Good.
It's still kind of left over from last year's amendment. And then I'm kind of going back and forth with Karen on her amounts, and Ron and I are going to move some spending authority around within his for that rural access center, since it all comes out of his budget first. So him and I are supposed to meet today.
What's the total dollar amount?
For Myron's? Myron's
Well, Myron's
asking-
gonna be about 900,000.
Yeah, 950.
More?
900,000.
900.
More.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting a cushion in that one rock for sure.
Well, because of the rock that we put on last,
Yeah.
or last,
He used
year.
up all that last year.
yeah,
So. Which we knew that going into this year, we'd probably have to,
yeah, we knew that was gonna hit us hard.
which he's made it this far, so.
Well, and winter was fairly mild, so
Mhm.
thank goodness that helped.
A lot of the roads though, or gravel roads are low in the middle. It's gonna take some work.
Oh, yeah.
So then I guess we'll have to decide on Karen how we wanna do that other possibility one. Let's see if she emailed me again.
I think our residents are, I think their priorities would be good roads than these other things. You can't have bad roads. I don't think about it whenever the roads are good, but when they're bad, you sure do. They're all some rock down by me a little bit. Glad they are, we need it.
So I'm gonna tell her, I'm assuming we'll have to put the increased spending authority for both of those, because I don't wanna go through this process again, just if she gets another grant. And we have to publish and do all that. It's costly and. But I thought she would come in and talk to you guys what it was about. Maybe on the hearing amendment date.
I thought
come
maybe
in.
she would have let us know by now,
I just got
or
that
even
email.
called.
Tracy and I had that email. So I'm still trying to have her pinpoint what line items before I'm comfortable changing it, because I have to do journal entries. So I told her to.
So we've got 1 out of 3. We got the sheriff's office and the conservation.
And the engineer.
We have the engineers, don't we?
Right.
Yes.
Well, I thought you meant for groups.
As far, yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I
And
get it.
at that hearing date, I'll have those things all printed out, but obviously I have to publish with this in mind. That's why I wanted to get it all hashed out today.
Well, I hate to conclude it today, and
I know. And if I have to amend the amendment date, I will.
because that would, I mean, if we said we're good with this,
She didn't really explain what she's going to do with that other grant. She gets it
then they don't have the spending
though. Or is
authority.
that, did you understand that, what she wrote?
I'm just getting halfway through it right now.
Okay, all right. Did I put dates on both those?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Here, find my letter. You can read it.
She's only got, see, I don't understand that. She's got 80% of the one grant. So she don't have the 56,138 bucks yet in her hand.
Well, she got that 46,000 grant plus the 9, so she's needing the spending authority.
She did get the 46?
Well, she said it was awarded.
Awarded grant.
Yeah,
for
but
the amount of
okay.
46,620.
The 56,138. She says now she's got in parentheses 46,620, and the 9,518 is based on reimbursement once all invoices have been paid. Conservation has received and deposited 80%, 38,096 of the 46,620 to date, which is determined by the grant. So she's only got 80%.
At this point in time, what we're
Yes.
doing is giving her the authority though on 56.
That's
Yeah.
all she's requested now.
Right. So, I mean, she still has 20% of the grant to come in, but she needs an additional 9,500 from the county. 9,518. Do you see that? But what we would do is give, just like Myron, giving him the spending authority on an additional 900,000. She's asking for 56,138 spending authority. gotta have the authority to spend it,
Yeah, even if it's a grant.
yes. And she's got 80% of the grant so far.
Conservation share of the grant is estimated $25,000, which is the existing budget from Carol through Don. The building and grounds maintenance lost again, both capital line items, even though there's currently a balance is lost. These funds are allocated for the park project, which not continues offset income funds allocated by the state. The contractor for the job has completed their portion and needs to be paid.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with the whole way they're doing this. I think they ought to, they ought to keep stuff back so that they got authority to do this within their budget. If you understand what I'm saying, instead of coming in here and asking for more every time they got a project.
I think it's because she didn't realize she was getting the grants.
She wouldn't get it if she didn't apply for it. And she wouldn't apply for it if she didn't have the money.
That's spending authority.
So is she asking for the spending authority as well on the
Well, that's,
requested grant amount of 181,192?
I'm assuming yes, even though that's a potential. She hasn't been approved, but in case she gets approved, we better
She
put that
needs
in.
to have that. Okay,
Yes.
so these are two
Two separate.
separate items, just as she says in the last
The
sentence.
56 and then
One
that.
is current. The larger request may or may not happen depending on the outcome of the wildlife habitat grant. Okay, so we actually know what she's doing.
Right, but I need to know what line items for sure she wants to
Okay.
push.
So, but we can go ahead and approve the 56,138, which she has a grant of 46,620.
And then that 9.
The 9518 is the additional amount, which isn't bad at all from the county. And then having spending authority for the 181,192 if she gets the wildlife habitat grant. I understand that. You just need to know where line items go where.
Yep,
Okay.
so that's what I'm trying to have her
Want
clarify
to
to
show this
me.
to Gary, please? Thank you.
Because those other line
Read
items.
through that, it becomes obvious what she's asking for. I'm good with it. Hello, Barb.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good, fine. Good, fine, and thank you.
Are you here for the 10 o'clock?
Yes,
Send out that.
I didn't get the call and thing down there.
Let me send it out right now. Department heads.
Yeah, send it.
And we
Tomorrow.
did 2 different ones, so. He was remotely yesterday, so.
Okay.
You don't know the total amount that the sheriff's department's gonna need yet?
It's not actually as bad as I thought. We're just gonna move stuff around to cover the rural access part of it.
Okay.
Kind of like for that mental health claim we paid back and forth.
Mhm.
It's just the ins and outs,
Okay.
but it's kind of bad. We have to put spending authority in both because of the region, but other ones to continue.
Okay.
She's got the work done. It says the contractor for the job has completed their portion and needs to be paid.
Yeah, I don't know the bill on that or anything. I think it readdress that, I guess.
Readdress,
The amounts, when she emails me, I can forward it to you guys. I wanna know the specific line items.
well, those are the,
Well, has she used any money out of that Carol Sue Donovan yet?
Not yet. She has
Okay.
30,000 spending, but again, I don't know if she had other stuff in mind for that spending authority. She put that into comment that it's allocated for other things. Because the Rogers Park stuff is
You
coming out of
understand
fund.
what's going on here?
Yeah, I do, but I guess, my question is, when I did the math here, like I was getting back at it, that she's already figuring she's got $56,138. She don't have that much
no,
sitting
no,
there
no,
right
no,
now.
no. She's got 80% of the 46.
Yes.
Which is 38,000.
Yes.
What she is asking for in addition is that $9,518.
No, that's already a habit, that's a
Yes,
grant from
she's
the
got that.
natural,
The Heritage Foundation.
yeah, for the fish.
'Cause I know
Additional funding was obtained from the natural conservation in the amount of $9518.
so she's still wanting the
So
56.
she's already, that's a second grant. She's got 2 grants.
And trying for the third, which is the 181.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But she's got 2 of the grants already. She's got the 9518 should be in the account right now, and then she's got 38,000, which is 8524. My question is, after the bills are paid, then they're gonna get that other 20% to make the grant. They're short 8524 right now from the grant, because they only got 80%.
Right.
To make the figures come out, they still gotta come up with this 8524. So do they get it after the bills are paid?
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't either.
But again, she has to have the spending
That's
authority
my
regardless.
question. I understand that part that you did so far. I guess my only thing is that if we give her spending authority on the 181,000 and that grant does not come through,
Shouldn't get spended. That was the whole point, if it was for grant.
And you can make it contingent upon that.
then I would have no problem with it then.
Yeah.
That if the grant don't come through,
She doesn't
you
spend
just,
the 181.
yeah.
So, but the other one, the amount they're asking for from the county, what was that number again?
Actually, it's all, I did the math on mine there.
56,130.
Thank you. That's the spending authority.
Yes, she wants the funding obtained.
And see, everything on that first one it's not gonna cost a taxpayer any money.
That's already, it shows in our
No.
revenue, she just needs to show
What?
it.
It's not gonna cost the Benton County taxpayer any money. It's gonna cost us
Well,
money.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I'm worried about Ben
yeah.
County.
Okay, I see where you got it.
You follow me now?
Yep. If the 20% does not come in, it has the potential of costing Benton County $8,524.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
but
But I would think that grant would come back in.
I would
think
sure hope so.
I would think
They
it
already
would.
funded part of it, you would think they
You would
would.
think that.
Yeah, because they don't fund you at all until it's done.
And maybe she has to prove
Yes.
the work was done
You're
before
fine,
that
you're
comes
fine.
through.
Yeah. So, I get it, yeah. But all we're doing is,
Yeah, give
I'm
her,
just
we're not-
discussing with you, yeah.
all we're doing is
Okay,
discussing.
we talked
We're
this
not
over.
approving.
we're pretty well on the same,
Well, you'll
us two
approve it
are on
at
the
the
same
amendment
page.
hearing, but at
Right.
least lets me put that amount in there for the publication.
Okay.
Right. Oh, then.
I sent out the department heads that calling.
So is this part of the amendment then here?
Oh, that's just the old budgets I need you to sign here and then all these. I just didn't
Okay,
get it
because I
signed.
was gonna say, I didn't.
No, that was
this
on
was
the
a-
March
okay,
7th,
yep.
that was on our hearing.
I would only approve what those first two are.
Well, I understand because it's gonna cost you and me, the taxpayer of Benton County, because they gotta republicize it in the paper. Understand? If she wants to spend it again. Well, like Rick says, we can okay it now with the grounds that she gets to spend authority if the grant comes in.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Are we doing that again, Ben?
Apparently.
Don't talk naughty.
I'll give you this, Haley. So I've got it where there's a waiting room, so you have
So
to,
that's fine.
you have to allow them in.
Okay.
to-
3309 is that one.
I'm sorry. No, I have your.
I had been one on the card, so.
You have your phone list on there, please.
So what you can do is let them in and have them
Identify themselves or
identify
something.
themselves, and if they're not, if, say, if you're pointing at this number, identify yourself, and then you can kick them if not.
Oh, it's the recorder, yeah, okay.
Is this
So
one?
I don't know,
So you have to go through an
do we
admittance.
have to go into closed session really? I mean, we're just gonna
I'm
basically
gonna
talk
add that
about.
one
That was
thing,
Rick. You on the
We're
back?
gonna change the.
So
It's the
Just
conservation.
keep it to the 30th.
Okay, that's Haley.
So you'll have to admit
I
everyone
don't
that
think
gets
it's
in.
necessary unless you.
You got, or you can hit them in all. However you wanna do it.
So we're just gonna table it for right now until we get.
All this was discussion.
Yes, yes,
So, but now we're all on the same page.
Yes.
So
yes,
what's going down?
yes.
Good. Well, thank you. This part of that is scanning through it.
Okay.
And then I'll take them back.
Are we good?
Yeah, I don't know that we need to go into closed session. Basically, my thing was the original press release said we were closed to the public through the April 13th, which is Monday,
Correct.
which is the governor's recommendation through the 30th, so.
Correct.
You guys.
Will you guys on the other end, please mute your phones?
Can you guys that are calling in, mute your phone
So we don't have feedback.
for now, unless you're gonna talk.
Let's say mute it for now, and then unmute it when you're gonna talk.
There you go.
There we
There,
go.
somebody.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I think we need to follow the governor's recommendation personally and
I would agree.
remain status quo through April 30th.
Mhm.
And if there's any changes recommended by the governor between now and then, we can either revisit on the 28th or have a special and go from there. So, gentlemen,
So moved.
thank you.
Second.
All right. Any comment? Okay, all right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And the public hearing is closed. Was that a public hearing? There was not a public hearing.
No.
Wrong
It's
line.
just, acting on the COVID.
Okay, thank
And I
you.
know the governor's, her press conferences are 11 daily this week, so if anybody wants to watch, we watched one yesterday.
Okay, through 11.
Yep, and then I usually hear from Secretary of State afterwards every day, just if something changes.
It's really worse now than it was.
This is supposed to be the peak week in most cases, so. How about Benton County? More cases too?
How many cases does Benton County have?
And right now.
You know, we live right between Cedar Rapids and Waterloo,
Origin
and we're lagging way behind
respond.
with cases.
Either they're not testing or they're there.
You know, a lot of the people in Benton County work in Cedar Rapids.
Said you couldn't hear anything. Can anybody hear us?
Is anyone still on the line?
Mark's on the line.
Okay.
Lex is here. It's hard to hear you, but I can hear you.
Okay, well, we extended to the 30th, or through the 30th. Did you catch that?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right, thank you. Appreciate you being
Thank
on
you.
there.
Yeah, I think we're done with that part then.
That should be good.
Unless we had any other updates on it. But, I checked all their temperatures with our new one. Before they come.
That's a good thing.
Reports, gentlemen, any reports?
Good thing.
Okay. I had a,
Thanks.
hey,
We
cap,
also have the waiting room.
they just took care of what was necessary, just to make sure some of the bills got paid, et cetera, and we did that online. So,
Okay, Easy Cog, the only thing I had is, and their executive committee has been Zooming.
mhm.
We're zooming.
And there is some issues evidently with these Zoom bombs.
Mhm.
So,
That's why, speaking on that, Zoom actually made a bunch of changes with it, so now like our meeting that we just had, you, instead of just doing the number to get in, you call the phone number and then it says enter the code, there's also just an additional password you have to use.
Really?
So it
They've
makes
done
it
that, and
more
then they've also had that waiting room where you only allow people in that you know.
because it has to pop up to tell me and then I have to accept it.
Good. All right, thank you.
Yep.
Any new or old business? We got just under a half hour to kill.
Well, I had no idea what things were gonna do.
Wednesday, tomorrow, gonna have a fairly busy day at NFL. You got that Pike, kinda like you, he gets out tomorrow, so I get to help get him home tomorrow. Then in the afternoon, I believe I'm going to, Altoffers down there, that the new packer for the landfill is gonna be in, so we could see that,
The what is?
the new packer.
Oh, it's gonna be down at Alstoffers?
Mhm.
I'm amazed you're not waiting for it to be delivered and then see it in action.
Well, I know, but they wanted us to come down and take a look at it inside the shop, so.
When is
That's
that?
nice.
When? Tomorrow sometime. You wanna go along?
I'm not sure you should,
Oh, well, you can show up there.
because you'd have a quorum.
Separate times.
We don't look, we don't have to talk to each other.
I'm just saying.
So anyway, that's supposed to be tomorrow.
Disadvantage of a 3-member board.
Disadvantage of the law. You know, it's fine, the law is fine if there's board members, coming to conclusions outside the board. But,
Yeah, you can't discuss things, et cetera.
yeah,
And right from wrong, you'd probably be just fine, but, you know, it's a risk you gotta take.
yeah. Versus giving the taxpayers 2 more supervisors.
Well, the way to do that is you take the budget and you divide it by 5. In theory, there should be less duties for each supervisor.
But, yeah,
Haley,
Yeah.
on a side note, how hard it would it be for you to look up, I'm thinking it was last year in May or June, that you bought or paid for the first John Deere lawnmower tractor for secondary roads. We bought that one outright from the administration.
From who? You know the vendor. I
Or wasn't
can
it
look up.
because they just got some of these,
It wasn't,
the
This way.
Midwest or something,
Yeah,
Midwest Machinery?
yeah,
because they just had some come through the claims.
yeah, that's the new ones.
That's
But
why
see,
you're requiring.
yeah, I wanted to know what that first one cost compared to the other two, because they went a different route on it. Where we required to. I'm just curious, did we actually save money by doing this?
So Midwest what? Because we have a lot of Midwest. Midwest Wheel and Companies, Midwest.
No,
Underground. Please look at all the Midwest.
Mid-Country Machinery.
Oh,
Inc.
Mid-Country.
Sorry,
You find it, Rick?
I did. Page 5.
That's P and K down there.
Mid-Country.
Yeah, it's 5th from the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
6th from the bottom.
102, 182, 26.
And when do you think we bought it?
I'm thinking it was in May or June. I remember going out and looking at it. They demonstrated it on a Tuesday, because I seen the guy in a demonstrating it north of town here. And all the guys, the maintainer guys, went out there and they demonstrated it then.
I remember that now.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, I was just curious, well, what we did, the first one that we bought, the very first one that they got last year that they used, they bought it from this company. So then I suggested, why not buy them from Keystone,
Mm-hmm.
but have them delivered up there in South Dakota, so they could put the mowers on.
That makes sense.
I thought so, and that's what Myron and they did. You know, so I'm just curious, did we save money? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna print that one out.
If not, like I said, I could look through the paperwork at
The
home.
Tiger Mount mower.
Yeah, all right. I was just curious. I don't remember how much it was. I'm thinking it was 120 some thousand.
110, 537.
110.
This is 102.
But I'm trying to see if there was more things on that invoice. I'm gonna print that invoice.
Get yourself a printer in here.
Well, it's so weird when it tries to get all these windows on my laptop. It's hard to open it up big to see them
You
all.
said 110.
Can't you get a small?
Yeah, I have one over there. It's just junk.
Oh,
What was it, 110?
Yep.
yeah, compared to the 102.
Well, saved a little bit. Not as much as I wanted. Probably the trucking is what I saved.
I don't think there was a trade-in either.
Hmm?
There wasn't a trade-in.
No. And see, they still got the old ones too yet. That's what was traded in.
So they're gonna put them on that auction side, are they?
I told Myron, I said I would like to see them in a building.
Well, they're sitting outside.
See, the mowers always did sit outside. The international
It's
ones.
like going crazy on me. Just sit here
I
flash.
We saved exactly $7,000.
Yeah, 110, that's all it says.
110?
Doesn't have a trade-in or anything.
They saved 7.
I must have waited and paid it this fiscal year. I'm assuming Dave is coming with this.
I would think
I
so.
hope, 'cause I don't know what it's about.
Anybody need a break?
Probably adjourn our regular meeting. Right?
Pardon?
I said we could probably adjourn from our regular meeting
Oh, we probably could.
and then just go into our, oh no, because I need to put it in editing.
Then we go into closed session, sure. Alright.
What else do we need to talk about? So far, I told you the Secretary of State, they're letting us combine precincts.
How's that gonna work?
Like they'll play and I can combine all of them into one location rather than two. Eden, Harris, and Taylor used to be here in the courthouse. I'm gonna combine them at the skating rink with all of Benton. So we've already kind of got it in the works, what we're doing, so.
Good.
Shrinking it down. And we've called our election workers. That's the problem, people are not wanting to work in other counties because of this.
So how are you getting around that? You're asking each.
I'm calling, Gina made phone calls last Monday to all the chairs of the precincts, just to make sure
And
at this point
everybody's,
they're still willing. Cause we can reduce the amount we have working the polls, but they still want us to have a live polling location, so. So we got our ballots and more testing machines. But I think they're gonna encourage absentee voting, cause the state is sending out a mass mailing with the request form to everybody. And then it's gonna be postmarked back to my office with postage paid, and then we mail the ballot.
Won't that be next?
That's at our cost,
That's
so,
what I thought.
Gina and I are gonna look today, cause I might cushion mine just because I don't know what to expect.
And that's a good idea to do the absentee.
I mean, usually the
thing,
primary-
encourage it.
Primary election is not a huge turnout, but if people are gonna get these postcards in the mail, they might just think, well, I'm gonna vote.
Sure.
But at least the state is trying to help us with some of those costs that we're not planning. And I think they're going to provide hand sanitizers for my location. At least they're in the works, trying to, so that we can have those available. I'm just trying to think of if we want disposable pens and not have everybody sign what we're gonna do at the, when you sign in to vote. Cause you know how you have
I
to
got a
sign.
box of pens yet if you want them.
Might, I don't care what they say on them.
I still got a box. On the budgets, when you got that set up deal?
For the amendment?
Yeah.
Or which,
No, for the 21,
April
April,
24th, we put Friday.
Friday?
Because if I get it to the papers, I have to have not less than 10, more than 20.
This is for the 21, 22 budget.
For current budget.
Not now.
Yeah, this is the amendment for the current budget.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the 21, 22 budget.
Oh, that one was already adopted March 17th.
We did. We didn't cut anybody's.
We'd ask them to do the cutting. To
There's
go
not-
over last year's, and when you consider that there was basically a 3% increase in salaries, you know, and they came in at or scotch below. Basically, they cut where they could to keep the salaries, increase the salaries, so.
There's
But
another,
salaries is the biggest expense, wages.
Well, that you can't.
I'm gonna look at Melinda's more detail today after we post the payments today.
Mhm.
To make sure, 'cause she talked about there's some online training that the new girls could be doing.
Mhm.
Some of this downtime, so some of them cost, some of them don't. So I was gonna help her see if she needs to cushion a little bit.
Well, I know Myron told me that, which I agree with him, the gas tax money from the feds is gonna be down
That's what they said.
Major.
Road use.
because the cars ain't on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's gonna affect
I
his
know my
budget.
gas bill's been cheaper this month.
Yeah,
Well,
Kids are
price
going back
wise,
and forth.
yeah, price wise, but you ain't been driving.
no, you don't have the miles. Yeah, people aren't going anywhere.
And it's kind of
I think it,
domino effect for different things that you don't realize until.
Yeah.
And that's one other thing I wish when Dave's down here to talk about. I mean, if it does really continue to get bad, like we said, for that FMLA, for the 10 days or 14 days, 2 weeks. But if it's 2/3 of the pay, or do you not dock them 2/3 and let them use their sick time for the remainder of that? I kind of want something.
some guidance.
Yeah, because if we start having an employee, say we have an employee that gets ill, or a family member, if they choose to be isolated for those 2 weeks, do we just?
How are you working it right now? I mean,
Right now, we have them take vacation or sick time, because so far nobody's been, or they work from home,
Okay.
work it out. But I know other counties, like Iowa County, they're paying their transportation or part-time drivers a minimum because they don't want them to quit on them or not come back to their jobs because they're gonna need them eventually. So,
But they're not working.
right, there's no drives for them. Because there's no school kids, there's
Well,
no,
see, that's what the SBA is doing, so that
they can apply for those.
you can apply for an SBA loan to pay your employees,
To keep them,
to keep them
but since we're a government
earning,
entity.
if you will. And as long as you do that, then it becomes a grant. But if you use it for expenses, then it's a loan.
I'm still supposed to code everything,
Most of us don't need another loan.
but I'm just thinking if we have a person that needs to be, we wanna be consistent, how are we gonna handle it,
Yep.
so.
Okay. Well, we can visit with him.
Because some people have that much sick time, some don't. Either it's an automatic 2 weeks pay, or, I don't know, I just kinda feel like we need to be proactive and know what we're doing.
Now, has Brock contacted you about that contract yet?
Other than it was approved,
Yeah, but I mean, he's gotta get the
Easy cog
contract,
approved.
yeah, no, he hasn't talked to me since that.
cause I figure once we get the contract signed, then we can start doing something.
That would be nice. Get things rolling. Oh, we gotta trench in the sewer lines.
I would assume he'd send it to all of us if he was ready, or get on the agenda. Cause do you have to sign something again? We wouldn't, but he'd have to do the contract with our contractor people, right?
I don't know. Cause I know,
They would need
wasn't
their
that
liability
one,
insurance.
wasn't that one of these questions, do them guys have to be bonded?
Usually some of those companies send them in, or some of them we already have on file, if we've used them before.
Yeah, they gotta be bonded.
But I don't know what the threshold is, but I would assume so. His last email was, right after that day we approved those bids.
Mm-hmm, and the DOT give them thumbs up already.
Draft a 30-year lease agreement.
Mm-hmm.
We'll use the same one we created for Jones as a template. And he said, yeah, once he'll prepare it, he can send to me.
So when do you think they're gonna start on that?
I'll ask him if he knows.
Once they get, you gotta get the contract signed, the lease or 30-year deal. Then I suppose the next thing you're gonna have to get the guys on file for the bonding.
Get a copy of their bond.
Yeah, they could be working on that already. That shouldn't be a big deal, really, should
I
it?
would like to think they pretty well have them in place.
Yeah.
Contractors, kind of a rubber stamp thing.
All right, I'll see if he responds.
But there isn't,
They're working from home, I
I
know.
know, but I'd like to get started too with this fiscal year, because we have some spending in that one. I mean, at least if it helps us.
See, yeah, that's where I
establish-
like to get some of it started
Mhm.
before
Get the
July.
reimbursement
or June.
process coming, and
do you have any idea when they're gonna start at all?
I just
Once
emailed
we
him,
give the okay,
we have to get the lease agreement signed.
yeah. Everybody's been calling me, when can we go, when we can.
I just sent him that, so we'll see.
That's the chair that needs WD-40, isn't
That one this weekend?
it? Yeah.
Well, what'd you whisper?
We'll switch chairs.
Oh, give me the squeaky one?
Probably me.
I'm afraid this live broadcast might be a little boring.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
You got 4 minutes yet, eh?
yeah. Unless he's planning on calling in.
Found out something interesting today. Got a lower temperature.
I wonder how much those scanners are, thermometers.
I thought they're like 60-some bucks, but I don't know.
That's pretty handy.
Yeah.
Where do you use one of those automotive ones? I got one of those in my toolbox. I should try it. You want to go and point that laser at my wife, right?
I got one of them too, but I don't know where it's at. They're pretty handy, really.
If you got a problem,
We got a truck that every once in a while you can turn on the lights or turn on the windshield wipers and the temperature goes up. I mean, there's stray voltage getting around someplace. It happens as soon as you turn on anything.
Yeah.
Turn on the fan, turn on,
let's start with the ground.
yeah. But I don't know where it's grounded.
Cars here.
See if your chair squeaks.
You guys couldn't move that fast.
Just because we're old don't mean we're slow.
You'd have to move contraptions over here.
Yeah, gotta move my cart.
It doesn't squeak. You can call up that man and see if he's here. Me too.
Yeah, might as well. See if he's gonna come down or if he just wants to do a telephone. Well, I don't think there's any issues with farmers in the fields, is there? It looks like getting quite a bit of work done.
Yep.
The only issue I see is
I didn't know if
getting
Dave was coming down.
ATV in the field.
Okay,
My God.
all right, thank you.
People,
Bye.
it's just- He's coming down?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those things aren't cheap.
It's
Those
yours.
ATVs.
It's
For
yours.
what?
Well, there was one stolen down by Newhall.
Oh, yeah.
ATV?
And then there was a golf cart too, somebody's garage. My husband had one.
Really?
They could steal mine,
Golf cart? Or your ATV?
ATV. They might not get too far. Go down the road a mile and be able to find it. They're handy.
I bought 3 of them here probably 10 years ago. 2 little bitty ones for the grandkids, and then an adult one. They're Chinese, not that cussing Chinese, but it was sure made out of lightweight material. Every time you turned around, the weld was breaking. Yeah.
Really?
Probably didn't help that the oldest grandson was jumping, ditches and ravines, but,
Oh, I miss it when mine's not working because I got a fence that's in the back and it's electric. And it's a lot easier getting on ATV than it is walking.
Hello, sir.
Howdy.
Need to have Ben come down, don't we?
Don't, well, I got it ready,
Oh, you?
but I never gave out the call-in information because I didn't know who was included.
If they go into closed session, just this room and please no one else.
That's fine, then we shouldn't have to use the call meeting. I'll just.
Gonna have music? Your
Not on your-
presentation, you're gonna
Not on your life,
perform?
because nobody, well, actually, probably some people want to. I don't wanna see Haley dance this early in the morning.
Well,
What's wrong with my dancing skills?
You're the one that once fell off the table, remember?
That was a long time ago.
oh my God.
I've improved since then.
Perfect.
Sounds